Seth Rogan and Alessia Cara are just some of the many Canadians lending their voices to a one-hour special in support of Canadian youth and Kids Help Phone. The special is called Unsinkable Youth, and it's co-hosted by Silken Laumann. She joins us now from Victoria. Silken, great to talk to you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So the Kids Help Phone has seen the amount of youth reaching out double since the pandemic started. Talk to me about this special and what it's saying to youth across our country.
Yeah, we really wanted to hear the voices of youth. We wanted to acknowledge the concerns they were having and their experience in COVID. And so we've been listening. We've asked them a series of questions. At least half the show is just the voices of youth. I mean, we have these amazing performers and these great messages from people like Seth Rogan and Alessia Cara. But a lot of the time, it's just the young people talking about what they're worried about, what they've lost. Young people have lost a lot. They've lost their high school graduation, the grade 10 basketball finals, all the things that they're experiencing that are real losses for them. And we really want to acknowledge them and celebrate them.
Well, we had your co-host, Maitreya Krishnan, on our show recently.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what Maitreya is bringing to this special. What else can we expect to see?
Well, what she's bringing is youth and enthusiasm and understanding what it's like for somebody her age to be going through this. I can't bring that. I mean, I think our Unsinkable site has always been a storytelling site, and we want to tell people stories, and we want to tell the stories of young people in this country and what they're doing. You know, they've all been doing this to keep us safe. But, you know, when you're 40, the difference between 40 and 41 is not very much, you know, but when you're 16, the difference between 16 and 17, all the friendships and the relationships and the isolation is very real. And young people have real fears. You know, they have fears about the future, about how this is, trying to go back to school, how scary that is for them. All of a sudden, they've gone to online learning. And, that can be very, very challenging for them, especially for people with learning differences. So we're going to be hearing all this, and we're hoping that every single educator in Canada will be watching this along with the young people, and families will watch it together, because I know when I listened to the young people answering the questions, I learned a lot about what their concerns were that I hadn't understood before.
Now, Silken, you're a self-described optimist, and you say the act of choosing optimism might be your greatest superpower, and you certainly saw that when you made it to the Olympic podium just 10 weeks after shattering your leg. As an Olympian and as an optimist, are there any words of hope that you can offer to our Canadian Olympians feeling defeated with the postponement of this year's Games?
Yeah, that's got to be just so difficult. It's almost unimaginable, you know, for me. But I think as I think about the kind of mindset these Olympians have, I have no doubt that they've had that initial huge disappointment, but they've just continue to think about that bigger picture, taking it one step at a time. And that's just, you know, whenever we have an obstacle in our life, right, it's like we can be overwhelmed by it, or we can just look at what we can control and what we can do. And that's certainly what I've always tried to do in my life. I try to look at, you know, the problem can be big. COVID is overwhelming, but what can we do right now? And what we did was we created this show for Canadian youth.
And people can watch that show very soon. Silken, thank you so much. You've been an inspiration to so many. And with this special, you're going to be an inspiration to so many young people across the country. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much for having me on.
And you can watch Unsinkable Youth this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern on CTV.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.